So this is the self-development with tactics book. I'm sitting in the dark, and it is dark. It is a poem that I came up with just right now. But yeah, we're gonna see you after the intro, or I'm gonna see you after the intro. As always, quite, because it is what I'm doing every day. And with that being said, hello, welcome back to the next episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. And I'm looking forward to recording this episode, even though it is like just a really, really, really spontaneous kind of undergoing that I'm doing now. Because I'm gonna go through an article, and this one's probably gonna be published today, at least I guess. It is gonna be more heavily on the talking part since it is a really short article. But there's also a quick and short spot that I'm hopefully going to show you, or going to be able to show you. But yeah, maybe we're going to find something else then. But we're going to see. Before we even go through, there's a few things that I'm going to talk about. The main things is that, okay, it is podcast and it is a YouTube video. So it's both. And you can decide. The links are down in the description. The second thing is, which is the most important one, the notes. As I'm going through the article, I'm going to also highlight certain parts of the article, which means that you can just find them in this notes PDF that is going to be down in the description. You can download it for free. You can print it for free. Well, actually not for free, because you have to just pay for the paper and just what is it called? It is a liquid. Sometimes, it depends on what printer you're having, but I don't know what it is called. The ink. Yeah, sure. The ink. The music, if you're willing to have some background music, please check out the third link or the fourth link and the third section. So yeah, it is quite dark in here. So I might just be turning on the light here. So a second, please. Now I'm here and the light is on and everything is amazing. It is actually 5 p.m. So quite late, but we're gonna see. Director of 60 Super Bowl commercials says better decisions are made when you have no time. You have to go with your gut. Yes, basically. Even though, and this is just something that I've seen with myself and I've seen just in my life, when I'm having to do certain decisions really quickly, then it is kind of 99% it is going to be a no. If it is like, okay, should I be doing this or that? Which is something that I haven't done before. And it probably isn't something that I'm really stoked about. For 99 or 299%, it's going to be a no. Because I'm defaulting into that. I don't actually know why. It could be something good. On the other hand, it could also be something bad. I'm not really quite sure about it yet. Because, if I'm never ever trying out something new, I'm never going to see what I like the best. If things are working, if these things are working, and all those things. Like, there's a lot of things to just really figure out, I guess. I'd say, some kinda. But yeah, let's see. Director Brian Buckley speaks at the Cinema Cafe during the 2015 Sundance Film Festival on January the 31st, 2015. So it's actually a fairly old one. Picture. In Park City, Utah. With more than 60 Super Bowl commercials under his belt with clients such as Bud Light, Coca-Cola, Best Buy, and MasterCard, director Brian Buckley has earned his nickname of King of the Super Bowl. But his first Super Bowl ad in 1999 was a rocky launch into the high-profile commercial space. In a 30-second spot for job site Monster.com, kids deep hands to the camera their answers to the age-old question, what do you want to do when you are grown up? With responses such as, I want to be a yes man and I want to be forced into early retirement. Well, it's actually not that of a funny thing. And here's the clip. I don't actually know if I'm allowed to show it, or if I'm gonna get fucked if I do that. I actually would like to. It is 30 seconds. Isn't that like just okay, you can show some things for 30 seconds or for just 10 seconds or something? I don't know if I'm gonna have some problems with it. It's not about just the monetization. It's just about not being able to upload the video and some shit. You know what? I'm gonna try it. And I also hope that you're gonna hear it because I'm just picking up the audio from my PC, which is loud, with the microphone. I'm probably gonna turn it that way. So yeah.
When I grow up, on a file all day. I want to claw my way up middle management be replaced on a whim?
I want to have a brown nose.
I want to be a yes man.
Yes, woman.
Yes, sir. Coming, sir.
Anything for a raise, sir.
When I grow up,
I want to be underappreciated.
be paid less for doing the same job. I want sunshine blowing up my dress.
Yeah, it's 32 seconds, so it's fairly short, and I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say that it is a. I just wonder if I should actually just. I'm gonna do it like this. I don't know if it is a good one. Like, I think it is a funny one. I think this is actually kind of a good thing if your advertisement is funny, at least to the people that you're trying to serve. If it is just not funny to them, but funny for somebody else, then I don't know if you're just targeting the right people then. But yeah. So viewers weren't immediately taken with the commercial's dark humor and gave it low marks in the US Today ad meter. There is something like a USA Today ad meter. I'm actually then gonna have a look at it because a consumer poll of the best and worst Super Bowl ads that's become an industry standard for measuring public reaction and therefore success of a multi-million-dollar project. And this, of course, is a multi-million-dollar project. Certain commercials are designed to play extremely well on the poll. Buckley tells CNBC Make It, adding, they are more disposable. It is almost like a sugar rush. And by the way, I do have to say, like, having a look at those ads, it is really interesting. And it is really cool because they all are different. They all are just really high in production value. There's really a lot of money in them. And which doesn't necessarily mean that the quality is going to be good or high. But yeah. Certain commercials are designed to... Oh, the Monster.com ad didn't strike the same sugary tone as, say, Tool Dalmatian puppies getting separated at birth, the #1 rated ad of 1999 from Budweiser. But Buckley believed in the power of the messaging that the job search engine could energize people to get new jobs they could be proud of. Buckley's instincts paid off. The Monster.com ad continued to get airplay over the next few days while conversation around other commercials died down, and the job site ended up crashing due to increased user activity, which is insane. But I think, like, it is something that we're hearing quite often, that it was a bad ad and nobody liked it, but just because of the controversy, just because nobody liked it, it got a lot of traction and it got a lot of publicity and it got a lot of attention in the end as well. Even though I do want to point out that there is something like bad attention. Not every attention is good. If you light yourself on fire, it is attention, yeah? You're gonna get some attention. But is it good attention? I wouldn't necessarily say so. I don't also think so. But if you're just doing something nice, if you're doing just something amazing, in sports, for example, and you're getting a lot of attention because of that, then it is good attention. Because you did something amazing. But lighting yourself on fire is like... some people might find it amazing. Some people that you have pissed off your whole life long, maybe. But anyway, before this, and this is now a quote, before the Super Bowl ad, Monsters.com's traffic was running at 1.5 million unique visitors per month. Ad Age reported in 2000 for the remainder of 1999, it averaged 2.5 million visitors per month. So it actually doubled. No, it increased by... it's not doubled, but it increased by several percent. Like, it is quite something. The director's Super Bowl work over the next 2 decades has included memorable sports ranging from this year's celebrity-filled ad for Hyundai, as well as 2019's heartfelt Microsoft mini documentary of kids coming together over the Xbox adaptive video game controller. At this point in his career, Buckley says he has good sense of what will and won't work, saying he can usually tell within 40 seconds into a phone call with a client whether the project is something he wants to direct. As for the Microsoft ad, I thought it was amazing that Microsoft was doing so. We bent over backwards to get it done, even close to the deadline, Buckley says. I do wonder what this one is. While most of his Super Bowl directing begins around August or September, the year prior the game, he's worked on ads within a few days as 8 days leading up to the main event, which is something. If we're talking about a multi-million dollar campaign or project. It's not a campaign. I love the bum rushes, they're amazing. Buckley says, there's all this stress and everyone's freaking out and it is chaos. Better decisions are made when you have no time. You have to go with your gut, and the Super Bowl is a good example of that. Well, the Super Bowl itself, All of Buckley's filmmaking skills have been learned on the job. He earned a degree in advertising design from Syracuse University and co-founded an ad agency after graduation. He and his co-founder soon decided to close the agency and take up screenwriting instead. Buckley landed a job creating commercials for ESPN's This Is Sports Center campaign, which ended up being his crash course in directing. This is important, it just says that you do not need to be in a good school. You do not just have to attend Harvard, or you do not have to be on Harvard or in Harvard to being able to make quite some money. His commercial work would propel him to the Super Bowl, which is considered to be the marketing world's biggest stage. While advertising paid top dollar to get airtime for the commercials to the tune of 5.6 million for a 30-second spot, Buckley says his Super Bowl projects don't pay any more than his usual directing rates. I mean, I think you could. I'm not quite sure. I'm really bad at pricing, by the way. I'm the worst. I know. But steady commercial work, I'm very sorry for not showing you, by the way. I hope I have... Nah. I think I haven't been showing you quite the whole one. So I'm quite sorry. Here it is. You can pause and read it. And here is the other one that I've highlighted. And you can pause and read it. I'm sorry. But steady commercial work has helped him finance other film projects. Buckley has directed future films such as The Bronze and Pirate of Somalia. His latest project, Saria, which Buckley wrote and directed, is nominated for an Academy Award in the category of the Best Short Film. He says the first people he thanked or receiving the Oscar nomination news included former clients and actors involved in his Super Bowl projects. I'm fortunate to be in this position, Buckley says, which is also a pretty important thing to think about because a lot of people are not grateful for whatever position they are in, even though they are in a really good position and really are in a really, really, really amazing position. Meets the 19-year-old director who made history at Tribeca Film Festival 2019. This guy looks like, 30 or something. He's not looking like 19. I'm also 19. I don't look like that. I really don't. I really, really, really don't. I don't look that mature. I don't look that old. Maybe I don't look that manly. Could also be the case. You could also say that, I guess. But let's actually have a look at a message from the US Today network. It appears that you are attempting to visit this site from a location in the European Union. At this point in time, we regret to say we cannot make this site available to you. Please visit our home page, ustoday.com, for other content that may be interesting to you. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. At Meter USA. We're gonna see. I'm just gonna Google it that way. The ad meter. Maybe it is working. I could. 2019 results. I do just want to have the results. I don't. Just because, the fucking things that is there also a Wikipedia page? The USA Today Super Bowl ad meter is an annual survey taken of television commercials by USA Today in a live poll during the telecast in the United States of the Super Bowl, the annual professional American football championship game of the national blah 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 blah. The survey, which started in 1989, uses a live response on a 0 to 10 scale, 0 being the worst, 10 the best, of focus groups based in McLean, Virginia. I do wonder why it is McLean, Virginia. The newspaper headquarters now it makes sense, and one or more sites around the country. Background: the Super Bowl became the must-see event for advertising during the third quarter of the telecast of Super Bowl 10, 15, 18 on CBS. Is it 18? I wonder. Well, I'm actually pretty bad. The logo is quite interesting there. The Super Bowl 19, what is it? 19 something. 1984. Well, I'm actually gonna highlight something there because it kind of seems to be quite interesting. Maybe I should be. I'm gonna take the whole one. I'm gonna take the whole zone. So if you're interested in sports, you can read it then afterwards. On CBS, when Apple Computer debuted a one-time only advertisement for their Macintosh computer titled 1984, directed by Ridley Scott, as the Los Angeles Raiders routed the Washington Redskins 38-9. The Apple commercial, not the game, was the most talked about item around water coolers the very next day. Since then, major advertisers have used the game, paying as much as 7 figures, averaging over $5 million for one 30-second slot. Oh, past winners. It goes up to 2019. So, yeah, it is fine. I do not even have to be on the, I don't want to say broken side, but on the censored side. So the first winner in 1989 was American Express with actor John Lovitz, Dana Carvey, both starring at the time on Saturday Night Live. Go to the big game with credit cards. Lovitz with Visa, Carvey with American Express. Nike, various announcers like Harry Carey, among others, call a multi-sport event with the likes of Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, and Bo Jackson. 1991, a Diet Pepsi, when Coca-Cola pulled a humorous ad in light of the first Iraqi war. Diet Pepsi scored big with Ray Charles and others, including, blah, blah, blah. In 92, it's Nike with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny, apparently. Then McDonald's, Pepsi-Cola, what the fuck? Let's see, from 1994 till 1998, which is 5 years, Pepsi-Cola won. Computer animated grizzly bears do their Pepsi-inspired 1980s classic with the YMCA. Pepsi-Cola, Budweiser, Bud Light, Bud White, Budweiser, Bud Light, Budweiser, what the fucking hell? They even doing it way better, or they even doing it better. Let's see, from because I think, isn't Bud Light also like a Budweiser, or am I wrong there? Bud Light, Anheuser, Busch brands, Budweiser, Bud White. Yeah, it's from the same company, so I'm gonna include it there. Even though it is probably a separate company, but it's just the same kind of big company, if you know what I mean. From 1999 till 2008, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times in a fucking row. And there's a lot of stars, as I've seen there, and probably also a lot of humor. Then in 2009, it was Doritos, Snickers, again Bud Light. The funny thing is Bud Light and Doritos have won both in 2011. Then Doritos again in 2012, 2013 till 15 again Budweiser. 2016 Hyundai with Kevin Hart plays the role of a helicopter parent during his daughter's first date using a car finder GPS app to track the Hyundai Genesis that she and her, well, never mind. Then Kia, Amazon.com in 2018, and the NFL in 2019. Marshawn Lynch knocks a football centerpiece of a cake during a gala celebration celebrating the NFL's 100th season, prompting a fight for the ball involving over 40 current and past players. Well, yeah, multiple winners. Oh, yeah. So the company that won the most is, according to them, Budweiser with, or the Anheuser, whatever it is pronounced, Busch company with 14 wins. Then there's PepsiCo, which actually includes Doritos, which is something that I didn't know, with 10 wins, and then Nike with 2 wins. Interesting. But I guess, even though I'm actually then gonna look them up, especially the NFL one. But I don't know, like, should I actually? I might be just doing that. I might be taking that. So my recording software is still not working, or again not working. So I wish you the best health, happiness, and all success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and you're gonna be remembered, which basically means your legacy, which basically means just being a nice person, then being remembered as a nice person. 3 other questions that I'm having for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully gonna show you your purpose, and maybe they're gonna even show you a business idea. Maybe you're considering subscribing to the podcast, so I'm hopefully gonna see you the next time. I'll see you, hopefully, when the recording software is not broken once again, which is like the way to go. Is it now working? No, it's not. But I do really wonder, like, I think it is quite of a good thing that there is some kind of a winner. This article has multiple issues. This article relies largely on or entirely on a singular source. This article needs additional citations for verification, and the topic of this article may not meet Wikipedia's notability guidelines for events, but only maybe. The references are Super Bowl, how much does an ad cost, USA Today, and so on. External links, USA Today's ad media website. Well, it still don't work. It still doesn't work. My recording software, but it's hopefully soon gonna. Well, it is what it is sometimes. Sometimes we can't do something about it. Sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes, we just have to live with things. I'd say, and this is probably one of the things that I have to live with. Maybe we should actually just close down Photoshop. Might be doing it good, and I'm having a lot of software open there. Might be one of the reasons why it's just not working. A fucked up thing would be if it is just crashing, which is actually kind of the case according to my just PC. It says like, okay, it crashed and whatnot, kinda. Yeah, now I can stop it. So I'm gonna see you the next time. I'll see you.